Welcome back to episode 5 of Lepodcast. You're here with Hoop, Sainey, and the infamous ZZ Huncho. We're sponsored by Manscaped, code Lepodcast, for 20% off anything on their site. The best tools for the world down under. So I've had a runny nose all day, and hopefully you can't tell by my voice, but I'm very congested. I got a large garbage can full of tissues next to me. I've sneezed over 100 times today. Advil won't work, nothing works. But it got me thinking, through my troubles, how I've never seen an NBA player sneeze. Ever. It's just funny how reporters can spot James Harden in a random club in Malaysia, but they can't get a clip of him sneezing in hundreds of hours of national television film time. Now, is there something scientific behind this? Maybe. If you're a doctor, please let us know. But just the fact that I've never seen anyone's, like, Kawhi Leonard could have sneezed when he was putting up that shot against the Sixers. No one sneezes at the free throw line. Like, do they say bless you? What do you guys think?
No, they definitely don't say
They're not
bless
saying
you.
bless you.
And if they, like, the way I see it, NBA players, I have noticed that now that you say. Like, I've never seen somebody, I've seen players yawn, like in practices or just from exhaustion, but I don't think I've ever seen someone actually sneeze on the court. Imagine, like, sneezing mid-shot, though.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Like that would be that would be insane.
Like, if Dame Lillard's sizing up Paul George and he just, like, lets one rip, and PG's like, yo, bless you, and then the clock runs out.
Imagine mid-shot, they sneeze, right? Follow through, bless you, it goes in, thank you, and they walk down the court. That'd be hilarious.
And then they just instantly go back to the trash talking.
I might be wrong, because Russell Westbrook might sneeze on every shot.
Oh my God.
That might be a reasonable explanation.
We're no longer a sports podcast. We're a comedy podcast, guys. So we didn't know we were changing genres here. But why don't we move on to the lineup before we start arguing for 40 minutes, all right?
Of course. So today's lineup, we have LeHeadlines, as always, followed by Dame Dollas, featuring Damian Lillard. Rooks in Vegas, some Summer League talk. Name That Plumber, the second game show of that. And LeDecision, hosted by the infamous ZZ Huncho. So starting off,
whoa! You forgot. Are they tweaking? You forgot that. Are they tweaking?
I did forget. Are they tweaking?
That's fine.
Hopefully, I keep my job as the intro guy.
Hoop is tweaking. Hoop is tweaking already. But...
I guess I am.
Let's go.
But starting off with the headlines, LeBron James has been spotted at Summer League with a Ziploc bag full of nuts. And apparently that's enough to make SportsCenter nowadays. Like, he's got his trail mix, his cashews, his almonds, but it just feels like they're reaching so hard when they could be finding someone sneezing, right?
No.
I feel like that would be more eventful.
They're not reaching, and I'll tell you why, Hoop. Man, I'm honestly disgusted with LeBron's actions over the past week. I'll tell you this, and I'll say this right now: we have never seen Michael Jordan at a Summer League game with a Ziploc bag full of trail mix. You know, watching his rookies and his sophomores and that Lakers Summer League team or that Chicago Bulls Summer League team go at it. So, you know, I am utterly disappointed in LeBron James. He could have went with a much better snack. I feel like a granola bar would have been amazing to see in his hand. But, you know, that's what separates the greats from the legends. And ultimately why I have to put Michael Jordan as the number one basketball player.
It's funny how you keep a straight face there, because Michael Jordan is definitely in the hotel gambling when he's in Vegas.
Well, here's the difference between LeBron and Michael Jordan, all right? Michael Jordan can down a whole pizza to himself before a finals game in Utah. LeBron James needs a bag of trail mix everywhere he goes. I mean, you tell me.
Let me tell you this. I feel honored that I was able to watch the 15 to 30 second clip of that, because LeBron James is a businessman. You know this. LeBron James is not only a businessman, but he's a data tracking man. At the same time, you know what I mean? You know what I mean when I'm talking about the data tracking? LeBron James literally will not turn on his data. He will literally just go on anybody's Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
He's savvy. So for LeBron James, this is a golden opportunity right now. Okay, just imagine if y'all go to a store, right? Y'all see a bag of trail mix and you see a bag of La Trail mix, and I'm talking like every single nut in that bag is going to be named after LeBron. La Cashew, La Almond. Like it's gonna be just bringing in money. I would take La Almonds over, or not Mullins. Latrell Mix over Trail Mix any day of the week.
I think
He needs to
Planners has a new marketing idea. But on a real note, though, with the whole Ziploc bag thing, they're like, oh, billionaires, they don't use Ziploc bags.
Yeah,
like the only food they got at those summer league games, like maybe some popcorn,
even if they have exquisite 5-star meals. Obviously, I was joking about the whole Jordan LeBron thing, but like, why is this news? Why do I need to see LeBron eating out of a Ziploc bag?
If he wants trail mix, he's gonna bring some trail mix. It's not
I don't see the issue with that. I don't see the issue.
If I wanted some flavor,
sorry, Coop,
I'm
continue.
sorry. If I wanted some flavor blasted goldfish, they're not going to sell them there. I'm going to bring a Ziploc.
I was about to get so passionate about this Ziploc point. But even if they did have trail mix, they come in those like tiny bags. You got to dig your fingers in them. You know what I mean? Like a Ziploc bag, he can fit that whole ginormous hand in that Ziploc bag and grab as many nuts as he wants. You know what I mean? Like. No, but seriously, like imagine LeBron James, as big as his hand is, digging his little fingers in those tiny trail mix bags.
Bro, if you don't like drink it like a cup, there's something wrong.
Exactly.
There's something wrong.
All right.
That's enough of La Cashews today. Moving into Dame
Right
Dollas.
into Dame Dollas now, ladies and gentlemen. Damian Lillard, the poster boy of the word grind. If you look up the term grind in your Merriam-Webster dictionary, you will see a picture of Damian Lillard, and you will have a link to his Apple Music. Now, Damian Lillard has officially signed 2 years extended, $122 million. That means he's going to be making $60 million this year, approximately, maybe a little bit more.
I think it's
and
next
$60
season.
million next year.
I think it's an extension.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, $60 million a year, though. Like, that's wild. That's very wild. And all this for a guy who has been on the record in the past 48 hours saying that he's proud of his commitment to the Blazers and says winning a title elsewhere would not be as fulfilling. So, Hoop, Sainey, your thoughts, drop them.
All right, well, I'm sorry.
You go for it.
All right, well, I'll start off real quick just by saying this quote that Damian Lillard said right after he signed the contract. Something that's missing in our league, the passion, the pride, not just for the name on the back, but the name on the front. Basically saying how, he's loyal and he wants to commit to the grind. I think Damian Lillard failed to mention the $60 million a year he's getting to stay loyal to Portland. I don't think it's more so, I want to stay loyal to this team and waste my prime in Portland. Because let's be honest, if Damian Lillard wasn't offered that extension and he's getting paid as much as Nikola Jokic, I think he gets paid more per year, not more in total. Correct me if I'm wrong, by a little bit. And that's just ridiculous. Like, listen, I think Damian Lillard's a great player. I don't think he should be the highest paid player in the league. I don't think that's how it should be. Portland only went to the Western Conference Finals once on that run they had in 2019, and they ended up getting swept by the Warriors. They've proven time and time again that as great as they could be in the regular season, I know sometimes they'll finish in like the top 3, top 4 seedings. They can't compete with the big dogs. And I think Damian Lillard needs to understand that he can't win a championship as the first option. Most times you can't as a guard. It's very rare to see the point guard be the first option in a championship-winning team. So I would have ran away from the grind if I was him like 2-3 seasons ago. I don't know what the grind is doing for him now, but now I completely understand why he's staying in Portland. $60 million a year. That's USD. That's more than what like most like big-name soccer players are making. Big-name soccer superstars. Which is absolutely ridiculous to me that the NBA is getting to that point where we're paying more than soccer players are getting paid. It just shows how big the brand and how big the sport is getting. But at the same time, I don't know. I don't like how Damian Lillard's getting paid that much.
I know this is supposed to be about the money aspect, but when it comes to the success he would have with Portland with this team, I hate Yusuf Nurkic, so I don't think he's going to get a ring. But I don't think that Dame being a first option limits him from winning a championship. I think the ring goes to the contending team that's the healthiest. And if you just reran like Dame's prime year with Portland, where they were like a 3 or 4 seed over and over again with like just those same caliber players, like you'd win a ring or two. Because like Portland was good. CJ in the playoffs was great. I don't think it's like unless you're talking about the Warriors they're running into, if it's a more competitive league like it is now. I could definitely see a situation. It's very rare, and their chances are lower than other teams, but it's not impossible. And I think for Portland, that's why you pay Dame Lillard, because there's another 2 years where that could happen. We haven't seen like a miracle run in the finals recently, like those 04 Pistons. but it's been done before. So I think for Portland, it makes sense to pay your guy. You're going to get ticket sales. They made some nice win now moves in terms of trying to contend. And while it's not realistic they win a ring at all, I don't think it's impossible.
I mean, that's fair. Honestly, I was going to say that my point of it is the fact that, like Sainey said, I just think, and Sainey nailed it with this sentence, they just can't mess with the big dogs. Like, that's all that I've been seeing in the past 7 years. And I'm talking dating back to when they had LaMarcus Aldridge and a young CJ and Dame. And you remember who did they have? Who else did they have? They had two other guys
Nurkic.
they were paying a lot of money to.
Nick Batum was on that team.
Nick Batum, all of them. But those boys, they got hurt. Like, it wasn't even Dame's fault that they collapsed. It was just a bunch of injuries left and right to the best of the four, including LA. LaMarcus Aldridge, for anyone who doesn't know who that is. But when LaMarcus left and went to San Antonio, I mean, everybody kind of, and Nicholas Batum was traded, and they were left essentially with their dynamic duo of CJ and Dame. And running into these teams, like they were running into the Spurs, and they flip that around, they're running into the Warriors, and then you rebuild now, you could flip that around and run into Memphis. I mean, I think that they ran into Denver last year with just Jokic. And, I mean, it's just guys, it always comes down to Damian Lillard doing his thing, trying to defy physics and get the job done, but someone else not helping him. CJ, you remember last year when we watched Dame single-handedly drag that team to overtime just to lose.
That was the craziest game I've ever seen.
Listen,
it was insane. If you got other players sitting there wondering how you're making shots and how they can't stop you, and you're and all that to lose, and Dame said, you know what? We're going to run it back again. We're going to lose again. Yep. Let's go.
Just to quickly correct you, Z, Batum wasn't traded. He's signed with the Hornets. Not a big deal. I just don't want somebody commenting like, "Oh, you guys have false information." It's not that deep. Also, and quickly to add on Z's point,
Z's just trying to misinform you guys. Failed.
I think Damian Lillard is a great, phenomenal basketball player, and I'm not saying he doesn't deserve the money. I'm not saying I don't like Damian Lillard signing that contract because he's trash and blah blah blah. He doesn't deserve to lead a team. I'm saying I don't like the contract because I would have rathered him leave elsewhere. I would have rathered him honestly chase a ring at this point. I feel like people are going to misinterpret what I said, where I'm just blatantly hating on him, and I'm like, you don't deserve money. No. Damian Lillard's a great basketball player. I just want to see him on another team. Just wanted to get that out there real quick, but we should probably move on. Into our next segment, we're going to be talking about the Summer League, and a main reason, like the biggest thing we want to talk about is the sophomores. A lot of them are not playing. Our guy, Richard Jefferson, made a video about this on TikTok. He was talking about it. 70 to 75% of these sophomores are not playing in this year's Summer League, which I think is absolutely ridiculous. And just to give you guys a little bit more of an in-depth fact, only 2 players from the top 10 picks in 2021, Josh Giddey and the Cum Bucket, are playing in the Summer League this year. Other than that, no other top 10 player. Cade Cunningham is technically on a roster, but he hasn't played any games, and it looks like he's only there so he's legally allowed to train with the team in Las Vegas. I didn't even know that you couldn't train with your team in Las Vegas if you weren't on the Summer League team. Apparently, that's a rule. But what are you guys' thoughts on guys who are coming off their first season not wanting to run it back and get more reps in?
I think there's no reason for top-tier sophomores to play in Summer League. It's supposed to be like an exposure type thing for guys who don't get a lot of exposure. And when you're Evan Mobley and you're already getting an NBA like close all-star appearance, like he's right on, I don't think it makes any sense to risk him in Summer League. I know for the Knicks, like the Knicks have a very good Summer League team. And I honestly have a conspiracy theory that they're coming out with the rings this year. They just have those, so when the Knicks win it, they're like, "Oh, congratulations, Knicks fans!" They're gonna make it a whole sarcastic thing.
Hey, Oklahoma's winning it this year. Oklahoma has a sick team.
We'll see, but Quentin Grimes is dropping like 25 a game, and I think they should just pull him from the Summer League team. Like, give some other guys some credit. He could just be the starting shooting guard right now over Evan Fournier. Like, I think if you're really going to cook it up in Summer League, there's no reason to risk those extra games. And while I understand your aspect, or Richard Jefferson's aspect of being like a leader of a team, like they've played for a million other teams before where they were the best player. So I don't think it's really that big a deal.
Well, I will say this about your point, Hoop. I do like how you mentioned like only top tier sophomores shouldn't have to play. Like Evan Mobley, he had a near All-Star appearance. How many rookies from last year can we say that about? Right? Guys like Jalen Green, he should 100% be playing in the summer league. He had a huge stretch where he was inconsistent. He was only great for like a few stretch of games, and then he would just fall off the map completely efficiency-wise, right? Like there should be no Josh Giddey. I love how Josh Giddey is playing in the summer league right now. The looks he's making, the shots he's taking, the passes he's making. He went for a game winner the other day and missed. But guess what? He's gonna learn from that. That's the point of summer league. It's for these young guys to come in.
Bar.
Did I rhyme?
You just rhymed like 3 sentences
No, I didn't.
in a row.
No, I didn't.
Run it back.
You just did. No,
Yo,
we're gonna run it back.
Rapper. Hey, I'm a rapper. Anyway, listen.
Is that little Sainey on the track, bro? What you mean?
My rap name is Insaney. But anyway,
Oh, that was so corny.
Like, I understand your point. Like, okay, sure, Scotty Barnes, Evan Mobley, they don't really need to get these reps in because we've already seen them. Like, they're future superstars. Like, just from their rookie season, I can tell they're going to be great players. I'm not saying that about 80% of the lottery picks from 2021. There are a lot of guys who need to work on their game. There are a lot of parts of it that they need to get reps in constantly, and the Summer League is their chance to do that. And the fact that guys like Jalen Suggs isn't playing in the Summer League, excuse me? What did Jalen Suggs do during the regular season for him to say, I'm too good for Summer League?
Yeah.
That does not sit well with me. That does not sit well with me.
I would say, too, and I'm only going to speak on it for a little bit, but there are pros and cons, I think, to, second-year stars or young stars jumping into the Summer League and playing. The pros are, when you look at a guy like Josh Giddey, as you were mentioning, he's going to learn from that mistake of him missing that shot. But at the same time, watching Josh Giddey and Chet play together, Chet looked really, really comfortable, and Josh looked like he was really, really comfortable guiding him around and showing him which spots he should shoot the ball from, pop in here and play defense here. And then to the point where Chet, after the game, literally goes over to the interviewer and says, yeah, I want to pull Josh Giddey over here because he was responsible for this night just as much as me.
Right.
And then when you look at guys, like you said, Jalen Suggs, you're right. Why would you say something like that? I'm not good enough to play for the Summer League. I'm not saying that he said it, but if he were to say it, you can go out there and just, showcase your talents, especially when you're looking at your team and trying to get chemistry going and things like that. So I think that those are pros. Chemistry, building chemistry, especially with stars that are coming into the league a year after each other for the same franchise, like Giddey and Chet are able to do. PB and
Jay.
Suggs, I wouldn't want to see those two on the court together. I think it's cool. The only con that I can think of, though, is that coaches might say, oh, well, we don't want our players to get hurt. Risk that, whatever. But Sainey was on the phone with me earlier, and we were talking about this, and he said, there's certain moments in time where you look at young guys that get drafted, and they need to know that they are amongst the best players on the court and be able to play at that competition to get them that comfortability when the season starts, and they're going up against guys who they're not even among, they might be among the top 4 best players on the court, top 5. But it's all about confidence and being comfortable. So that's all I'll say. There's pros and cons to it. I'm not mad either way, though.
I love how you mentioned that, Z, because I completely forgot to bring that point up. But, there's not really much to say about the Summer League. I really just wanted to bring up the fact that I don't like how we're fading away from sophomores playing in the Summer League. I know if you go back 5-10 years, everybody was playing in the Summer League. A lot of these superstars in the league right now, they played 2 years in the Summer League. It wasn't just one. And I don't understand why players feel like they don't need to do that anymore.
I don't think it's the player's choice. I think there's definitely more to it than that in this new age with injury prevention.
Fair enough.
You're going to play 82 games, but it is what it is.
Fair enough. I am making an assumption that it's all based on the players. You never know. It might be the coaches and the GMs telling players, no, you're not playing. Fair enough.
Bro, Tom Thibodeau would run Derrick Rose out there if he had the chance, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah. All right. Anyway, let's move on. We didn't do a game last episode. It's been last time we did a game was episode 3, correct?
No, it was episode 1. We didn't do a Name That Plumber. I don't remember what the other game was though.
Wow. Yeah.
Let's just get into it.
Let's just get into it. Anyway, we are bringing back Name That Plumber, except this time it is hosted by yours truly. So for this segment, I'm gonna list off information of a player whose peak year was before 1980. Hoop and Z will have 30 seconds to guess who the player is, and they can't ask questions. Are you guys ready? I am pulling out the timer.
Yes.
I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Known as the Prince of Midair, or Brownsville Bomber, and most often, All-World, this player was an All-Star in 1980 and made the All-NBA second team in 1979. He has played for the 76ers, Clippers.
Be free.
Yep.
Money.
Yeah, world
Money.
be free. 19 seconds.
Hey.
19
You
seconds.
nailed it. You want to know something? You want to know what I was thinking in my head? I was like, it's something with world in it, but it's not meta world peace. And then you
Wow.
just said it.
You got it. You got it. How'd you get it? What gave it away?
I did a nickname
name.
series on my
Yeah.
page a while
Oh,
back,
really?
and I heard Prince of Midair. I heard Prince of Midair in my head, and I started churning. I was thinking Maurice Cheeks. I was like, these small point guards.
You know, it was funny. I was gonna do Maurice Cheeks first. That was the first name I thought of. But then I was like, nah, I'll do World Be Free.
Understandable. I would have thought of somebody with the last name of Cheeks too. Sorry.
Well,
I'm sorry.
if he ever needs to clean up those cheeks, Manscaped is the product for him.
Oh, I hope he uses code
Man.
LePodcast.
I hope he uses code Lepodcast.
I
You can
hope he
also buy
does.
some underwear and a T-shirt.
I would love
afterwards,
to get him 20% off.
20% off.
20%.
Tag Mo
Listen,
Cheeks.
Mo, listen. Mo, I don't know if you would be on the internet, my man. If he's still alive, is Mo Cheeks still alive? I hope he is.
Let's just move on.
Let's just move on. Yeah, we're getting too wild with this.
Yeah.
Hey, I hope he is too. He was a great player. He was a great my
I
team
hope
player.
so.
He carried my team throughout points and on my team. But anyway, Hoop, if you wanna.
Yeah, so segment 5, Are They Tweakin'? Featuring Ja Morant. Ja Morant, on a recent interview with Taylor Rooks, said that he'd cook Michael Jordan if he played in his own era. So we're talking 80s and 90s. If you threw Ja Morant in that era, he said he'd cook him. So I want to hear your thoughts on that first, and maybe if we want to get into the whole, confidence talk, which I've been very vocal about lately, where, it's definitely warranted sometimes to hate on that. But after that, I want to name off a quick little game segment.
Yeah.
Mini
So
game.
I'll just go real quick so we can get to your pick and choose. But does Ja Morant forget that in the 80s and 90s, like, it was a much more physical game? Like, I don't see, like, we all see Ja Morant posterizing dudes 24/7. He's going for like 8 posterized attempts a game. I do not think that's happening. If he's
Charles
playing against,
Oakley
like,
would let it happen
Yeah.
once, and then he's on the ground
and
with
then
a
it's
concussion.
literally like them
Imagine-
boys were not playing back then, bro. Like, he would be getting in fights 24/7. And I will say this about Ja Morant. I feel like this is not his only Are They Tweaking moment. If we go on Twitter, I can say confidently once a week in my head, I'm thinking, is Ja Morant tweaking right now? This guy loves Twitter. I love guys who talk their trash. I love confident guys. I love how we're bringing back that era. Excuse me. Sometimes it does get a little corny, and it does get a little like, all right, let's relax. We're talking about Jordan, bro. Like, he didn't say, oh, I would posterize David Robinson or George Gervin or like an all-star level type player. But this guy said Michael Jordan. Why are we? What made you think to even put Jordan's name in your mouth and go at him in a Taylor Rooks interview? He could have said
All
any
I'm
other
saying
player,
is-
and he decided to mention Jordan. He's tweaking for sure, 100%.
All I'm saying is that if it was Ja versus MJ, I'm taking into account a lot of things, right? Ja's very confident. That's the thing I like about Ja. He will do a lot of things. He will go in there. He's not afraid to dunk on an 8-footer. He's not afraid to tell Draymond Green that they're going to spin the block on Christmas, like the Memphis Grizzlies organization hates Santa Claus or something. Like, I don't know. Like, oh my God, I hate all of that. But whatever. They're talking about spinning the block and we're gonna. Hey, you don't want to be up in here, cuz, like, all that crazy stuff. Listen, okay. Ja's going to talk his game. The Memphis Grizzlies as an organization are going to talk their game and give him confidence and all these things. But it's Michael Jordan. It's Michael Jordan. So all I'm thinking is, all it's going to take is for Ja to miss one shot, Mike get one steal, and then Mike has the ball, and Ja's little, like, Ja isn't built, like, yet, okay? He probably is going to put on some more muscle as his career goes on. But right now, he's built like Polo G. Like, he's just kind of like, frail or whatever. So I don't think that that's going to work in his favor at all. So I will say yes, Ja is tweaking, but I like the confidence. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I like the confidence as an NBA fan, but if he's confident against the Knicks, I'm not gonna like it. I think people get confused with people hating on strictly confidence and hating it because it's an opposing player. Like, you're gonna love players on your team if they're confident. And if you hate players on your team that are confident, then you should not be watching the NBA. You're really weird.
Listen,
But
good for Ja.
It's not Thunder fans that are saying, "Oh, I don't like Chet because he's confident." It's the other people that are scared of Chet for the future. It's like, yeah, this dude's gonna crumble. Like, I don't see what's wrong with that if he's making it out to seem like it's good for the NBA, but people are going to be haters, and I think it's okay.
No, like seriously, like good for Ja for talking his ish. You know what I mean? Like being confident and saying like I could take Jordan. I'm not saying I'm against him being confident, but I am against anybody who believes that Ja Morant could go at Michael Jordan. I'm not hating on Ja Morant at all. Like, man, bro, if I was an NBA player, I would think I'm the greatest too. You know what I mean? Like that's just the type of energy you have to go in if you want to maximize your potential. I'm just saying he's the fact is a tweak. It's a reach.
And back to your point for a quick second earlier, Sainey, when you were talking about if we're talking era-based, right?
Yeah.
So just imagine, let's all three of us just imagine, right, the Memphis Grizzlies in a final series with the bad boy Pistons. Now,
Dylan Brooks versus Bob Sally, whatever his name, John Sally,
Rick Mahorn, Bill Laimbeer. Like they would have a field, like they talk crap about them on Twitter. I feel like before the game. And then the bad boys would be like, all right, we'll pull up then. And then Ja goes in the air and ends up getting like suplexed out of the air into a 5.
There would for sure be an ejection. There would be an ejection.
We ain't stuck in no smoke. We going up the chimney.
We ain't stuck in no smoke. We going up the chimney, bro. We want to see Santa Claus, bro. We're trying to give him some
We're trying to make sure Santa Claus uses code Lepodcast.
Santa Claus can use some Manscaped.
For sure.
But
he's jolly down there. Anyway, continue.
Continuing with the Are They Tweaking segment, I want to go into a mini game. I'm gonna name off a list of players all time that are going up against Ja Morant 1-on-1. You guys tell me who wins.
Right.
Starting off, prime Michael Jordan.
Prime Michael Jordan. What?
MJ.
And we'll start with Sainey, you go first, then Zeke.
Okay.
Current Steph Curry.
Like Curry has to guard him?
1-on-1, playing a game to 11.
Oh.
Winner's ball.
Curry wins.
Steph.
John Stockton.
Ja
Morant.
I would rather
Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson.
Ja Morant. 1-on-1, Ja Morant. Obviously not all time in legacy, but if we're talking like they're having a 1-on-1 game, Ja Morant.
Thinking about the fact that Magic's like 8 feet tall and just like,
yeah, but look at the 30-year difference in how the game's evolved. The way Ja Morant plays compared to Magic Johnson. Ja is too quick.
I'll take Ja.
Okay. Prime Russell Westbrook.
Westbrook. Prime?
I'm taking Russ.
Yeah, bro. Prime. Come on. Let's not kid ourselves here.
And a little out of position here. Prime Melo.
Melo who? Carmelo, obviously, right?
What do you mean Melo who?
Yeah, bro, like, come on. Bro, like, no, but I'm thinking young guys, you know what I mean? Like, Carmelo Anthony? Carmelo Anthony is beating him 11-0.
I just named John Stockton and Magic Johnson.
Yeah, my apologies.
It's all good.
Melo is 11.
I'm not trying to disrespect LaMelo Ball or whatever, but Melo is Carmelo Anthony.
My apologies. Carmelo Anthony is going 11-0 on Ja Morant. Prime? Oh, my God. 11-0.
Yeah.
Carmelo is Melo is one of the best 1-on-1 players of all time.
And lastly, Michael Beasley.
Michael Beasley.
Beasley's
winning.
Beasley. Easy.
Right, I'm thankful that you guys know what you're talking about. Well, anyways, that's the end of Are They Tweaking?
It seems like that's the end of the show as well, right?
Wait
a minute.
We got a little stuff left. We got a little bit of updates on LeDecision. Ladies and gentlemen, my birthday is officially 14 days away. And that means that in 14 days, LeDecision shall be made. So, as you all know from the last episode, I'm trying to find a fan base to root for. Now, I went on to YouTube and I saw our comments from the last episode. Some people were saying some very interesting things. Luka Dubs said Detroit for Zeke because you, like Rose, they got 3 championships. They got a promising young core. I'm going to take that under consideration. Now, what I will not take under consideration, however, is true TGN. You said ZZ Hunter should be a Raptors fan because we have a great fan base and the Raptors logo is dope. Listen.
Fire logo.
You do have a fire logo. I messed with Canada, Drake. However, I will not be a fan of the Toronto Raptors because of prior history with some Raptors fans. Probably like half the fan base. Now, All I'm going to tell you guys is for this update is simple. We have narrowed it down to 3 teams finally, and those 3 teams consist of, and I will tell you who they are and why, a little bit of why. The Memphis Grizzlies, number 1, simply because Ja Morant is a reincarnation of Derrick Rose. The reasons why I would not pick this team is because of Dylan Brooks. Now, next up, number 2, the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, I'm becoming Steph's biggest fan. Because it seems to me that certain individuals amongst the basketball community, Hoop, Sainey, don't even give the man the respect to be in top 5. I mean, come on now. The promising young core. Obviously, Sainey brought it up earlier. The cum bucket. We love that. Pause. Jordan Poole, James Wiseman. The future looks bright. And finally, the final one, the Miami Heat, where it all started. A young 9-year-old ZZ Huncho walked up the hallway, saw his parents looking at the Miami Heat, wondering who that not big, but small bald guy was in the corner that was knocking down the shot. And then I asked my parents who it is. They say Jesus Shuttlesworth, Ray Allen. I'm like, word? So then I'm like, I'm a Heat fan now. And then LeBron left, and I went to Chicago. So, final 3 teams, Memphis, Golden State, Miami. The decision will be made in 2 weeks. Stay tuned.
All I'm saying is you better not pick the Warriors. Bro.
Yeah, bro. If you pick the Warriors,
I'm not gonna let you hear the end of that.
If you pick the Warriors, every single episode, I will bring that up and find a way to argue with you about that.
And when you said short bald guy, I don't know why I thought Steve Harvey at first.
Bro, I thought Mario Chalmers. I was like, no way, Mario Chalmers got you with the. All right.
Okay, you thinking Mario Chalmers is great? Who thought I meant the host of Family Feud? Which is like, bro, what? Is Steve Harvey doing side quests now? Like, what?
It turns out this whole time Norris Cole was Steve Harvey. But
oh my God.
It looks like we're through with the episode. That was a great way to end it. Thank you for tuning. Wow. You guys are disrespecting me at this point. We all know what time it is. SSS. Everybody hop on the cruise ship. It's Sainey's secret segment. All right, I got a quick one for you guys. I'm not going to take up too much time because I know we all got somewhere to be. I got a great question for you all. Who is the drippiest NBA player, not right now, of all time? Who has had the greatest fashion in the NBA of all time? Hoop, I'll start with you.
Allen Iverson, no question. We should just end the show. It's Allen Iverson. There's no debate at all.
There is a debate because I have something to debate. Z?
Russell Westbrook?
I'm gonna tell you who the drippiest man of them all was. It was Wilt Chamberlain. That's what it was. It was Wilt Chamberlain. You want to know why it was Wilt Chamberlain? Because the fact that this man was 7'2" and could actually find some stuff that fits him. On top of that, we're not going to talk about the numbers of what 20,000 means, but I mean the man had to be getting drip from a lot of different places. I mean, everybody wanted to get their hands on Wilt Chamberlain at some point. They had to have.
All right.
Oh, I need to switch my answer. I'm so sorry. I am disrespecting a Knicks legend. It's Walt Frazier. It's Walt Frazier.
You guys are tripping.
Like,
both of you are
no
tripping.
discussion.
Both
no,
of you
it's
are
Walt
tripping.
Frazier.
You guys,
I gotta pull up a picture on this clip of him next to his.
You guys, no. Wait. And
his Rolls Royce. His suits on the Knicks broadcast are second to none. I'm so sorry, Mr. Walt. I cannot believe I put Allen Iverson over you.
But listen to this. No, both of you are tripping. And I know you guys are about to be like, oh, Sainey's gonna say Westbrook. No. The drippiest man of all time is Tim Duncan. This man would pull up in a $17 outfit and drop numbers on your favorite player. Okay, I've never seen, bro, the fact that he came in with that style. And the thing is, I was like, bro, what's this guy wearing? And then after the game, he would put on such a show, I'd be like, that's a nice shirt. All right, my bad. That's a nice shirt.
No, I'm telling you, for this clip specifically, use Wilt Chamberlain. Look up pictures of him. All right, he's got that Rick James drip. He's got that I'm finna take your grandmama out to dinner type drip. Like, that's what he has. Like, look at me. Look at when y'all get that picture. Look at it and tell me he does not look like the leader of the Temptations or something. I don't know. Come on now. Y'all sleeping on Wilt, man.
I'm sticking by Clyde, but
all right. It looks like we got to wrap things up here. Thank you guys for tuning in, and if you've made it this far, please remember to use code LePodcast on Manscaped for 20% off. It really helps support the pod. But I think that's all we have for you guys today.
Do the sound effects, Z. Manscaped. We're going to include that in special moments during the podcast coming up.
All right, well, this has been a great episode, fellas. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. We'll see you guys in episode 6.
Peace.